Well, normally we would say good morning, but actually right now,
It's afternoon.
yeah, we're starting off at noon.
Yep.
Why, you ask? Well, we were originally going to take today off and it was going to be a 0 day for us. But we were looking at the high winds that were ahead. And today is going to be a 13.5 mile stretch up to Big Bald and then Little Bald. It's going to be really windy up there. We have mild winds now. I can only imagine what it's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
They were showing 40-mile-an-hour gusts, and that was in town, so up on top of that mountain. It would have been so windy, we wouldn't have enjoyed it, and you might not have even heard the video at all. And I hope you can hear this one, so I'm talking louder. But we had a good stay last night. We had a good breakfast. We got 13.5 miles ahead of us today. We're leaving, as you can tell, the Tennessee border.
We'll go back and forth for a little while still because we're hiking right along the border of Tennessee and North Carolina, but that's the sign.
Yep. We just finished up a good conversation with a guy who did the AT in 2021. His name's Wanderer. He's doing trail magic down there.
That was nice.
We're ready to go, aren't we?
Yep, let's go.
And we reward ourselves tomorrow by taking a 0 day.
Which means hiking 0 AT miles for the day.
So our goal is to finish up by 7:15, head back and get some rest and take a day off tomorrow.
Yep.
If there was ever an understatement, calling this a walking trail would be it. Down there is Wanderer, who is doing trail magic with chili cheese dogs. He Thru hiked the AT in 2021, and man, I wish I was at the end or middle of my day because I love chili cheese dogs. All right, we have about a 6.25 mile constant ascent today till we reach Big Bald. So till we reach Big Bald, got quite a few hills and different types of terrain till we get there. As you can see, we're in full sun today. The estimated temperature today is supposed to be around 82 degrees. And then after this rain storm and wind come through, it's supposed to drop as a high up in the upper 40s. So quite the contrast this time of year. Alright, so we are continuing our climb out of Sam's Gap. This first steep hill that we're coming out of is about 3/4 mile long. You know, go down a little ways and then we have like 1.5 miles of ascent. And so we're gonna take our time with the temperatures and the full sun. Quite a difference from yesterday for sure. I'm not sure if you can read that with the sun in the way, but got Baxter State Park, which is the state park that contains Katahdin. We're also 22.6 away from Irwin. It's our next major town that we'll be going into. Wow, nice view. They even have a couple of benches up here so you can enjoy it. Rae must be tempted to sit on these benches because usually I got to catch up to her.
It's a little hot, but I wanted to see the view.
Oh wow, yeah, it is hot up here. Wow, look at this view.
Those are cool benches.
Yeah, these are cool benches, handmade. Look at that. Oh, and look at that neighborhood over there. That's interesting. Guess they're enjoying their view too. Ruins ours, but I'm just jealous, I guess. Check out these benches. I'm gonna sit on them just to say I did. All right, we're walking through Spivey Gap right now. Got a little bit of a steep climb coming out of Low Gap. Oh, thank goodness it's running. Whew. How you feeling?
I'm feeling the up right now.
Yeah.
We have a little more up
Definitely warm.
before Big Bald, but
Yeah, we got a lather
it
going
is
on.
warm, but we're okay.
Yep, we got a lather going on. We just got some water, and that was kind of refreshing, but still doing a climb, and that climb is going to take us to Big Bald. We know what the reward will be, but boy, really gonna have to work for it today. We both decided that tomorrow when we take that zero, we may not even get out of bed. I know we will, but it sounds good to say when you're going uphill and you're feeling it. Yeah, 4.5 miles in and about 2 miles to go before we get to the top of Big Bald.
Look at that beautiful bench.
Oh yeah, look at that. That is handcrafted, glazed and everything.
Wow.
And it looks like there's maybe a road up here.
That is so cool.
Rae is signing the guest log for the trail magic that was left. They left a cooler full of food and drinks if you want it, and then gave you a place for your trash as well. Very nice of them. All right, we have just made visual contact, at least more close up than before, a Big Bald. It's right up there. The good news is it's right up there. The bad news is we gotta climb up there. And here we start the climbing. So even though I said that we could see Big Bald and we got to climb up there, it's still about another mile of climbing. Okay, we have another 3/4 of a mile uphill before we get to Big Bald. And then we'll be able to see the rewards, excuse me, of our climbing. And we'll be happy to bring you the view so you don't have to do the climb. All right, we're getting to the grassy part of Big Bald and just about completely above tree line. Whew, what a climb this was. Of course, I'm still climbing, so pardon the breathing heavily in between steps here. But yeah, the top of this will be the summit at 5504. So you don't hear me breathing the rest of the way, I'll update you at the top. When you're climbing up these summits, it's always a good idea to look behind you. It's easy to do when you're trying to catch your breath too. We are approaching about 20 yards the official summit. Elevation 5516. Hey Ray, look, we could have driven up here. Instead, we decided to hike the entire Appalachian Trail to get this view. We got the Big Bald all to ourselves. Oh my. Big Bald all to ourselves. We're on top of the world and nobody's around. Woo! All right, we're on top of Big Bald, 5516 elevation. I feel like we did all of it today. How you feel?
I'm feeling good now.
Yeah, these good choice to come up here today. Tomorrow the winds were going to be unbelievable, but to come up here and to have the place to ourselves, it was only supposed to be like 18, 19 mile an hour gusts today. Tomorrow up to over 40, which we live in Florida. That's like tropical storm force winds. So yeah, so here you go. Here's our view. We'll share it with you, even though we're the only ones up here. All right, next stop.
Little Bald.
Little Bald, woo! Well, Big Bald's behind us. We thought this bald right here was Little Bald, but nope. It's actually about 2 more miles away.
So just another nice bald area that's unnamed.
Yep, just another bald to climb. Yep. So we climbed it. Fear the Kraken. 5.7 miles of Spivey Gap. That is our destination. There's also no business knob shelter back there, which I can't see from the trail, and I'm not going to go back in there. There are bear cables and a bear box. Well, we're on top of Big Bald, but it's not bald anymore. Got this overhang with rocks, and you could have a view, but everything's overgrown now. But I think this is still what they call Little Bald according to Far Out. All right, after getting to the top of the uneventful Little Bald, we have been working on a 2 1/4 descent to a shelter area, and there's some water down there too. We're making pretty good time today, but honestly, we're tired a little bit. Today was going to be our 0, and I think sometimes mentally, when you think you're going to have a 0, and then you end up not doing it, I think it kind of plays in your head a little bit. But I don't regret that we did it. I don't think Rae does either. But yeah, there's just something missing. We're going about the same pace that we did yesterday with packs, and I mean, Big Bald was a huge challenge, but you know, it's not like we're crawling or anything. We're going about a 2 mile an hour average, with all the rocks and terrain and the ups and downs and challenging parts. But I just want to make a note that it's just amazing how sometimes when you have a mental idea, or you have something that you are envisioning to yourself, and then you change your plan, sometimes you lose a little bit of the gusto that you might have had you come into it fresh. So anyway, we are 9 1/4 miles into our day, and we've got about a little over 4 miles left, and our ride will be waiting for us at 7:15. So on we go. On several videos I have seen how there's just massive blowdowns everywhere in this area, and I think we're getting to that section where it's just an unbelievable amount of trail maintenance that was required to get this trail in any kind of condition for hikers. And how fast they turned it around was just amazing. But yeah. Hello, buddy. Yeah, we were just walking and came on about a half a dozen deer. Most of them took off, but that guy was more interested in us than we are him, I guess. Hello. How you doing? You on top of the mountain today? Yeah? You don't mind us coming through here, do you? Okay, we're down in Whistling Gap. I think I originally said there was a shelter down here, but there's not. It's just for tenting. And Whistling Gap is the gap right before another 3/4 of a mile climb up to High Rocks. So, not sure there's any view at High Rocks, but there may be. We'll see. Yeah, here's all the camping. Oh yeah, there's a lot of spots. So once again, this is in Whistling Gap. Whoop, excuse me. Whistling Gap. Nice fireplace. Water source. All right. Gotta go catch Rae. Okay, I'm about 11.5 miles into my day, and I have no idea why I'm coming up a steep rock face, but it's called High Rocks, and it says that it's good views up here. So if you don't like heavy breathing, you can turn the volume down. But I wanted to see what it was like. Looks like it's all overgrown. It's cool though, if you want to just hang out. But there's not many views because the trees are so overgrown.
Hey.
There's Rae way down there. Here's the top of High Rocks. A little bit of view. Just more obstructions than I would like. Really cool rock slab up here. If I waited here long enough, I could get a sunset. But I wouldn't want to fall. It's a cliff right down there. It's called High Rocks. I think the best view is the sun going down over here. Okay, I'm back on the actual AT for my Blue Blaze. And whew, quite a climb. Even just after I just went up to the top, I had to come all the way back down. Now I gotta go back up again. These rocks are awesome. All right, gotta go catch Rae. The summit. It's pretty bad when there's a white blaze on the cut trunk because there's no other trees virtually to blaze the way. Wow. This whole side of the mountain is just leveled. All right, we have reached the end of our day hiking. We started out at Sam's Gap and we ended at Spivey Gap. And this says 13.4 miles. Went a little bit further because we did a couple side trails, but overall it was a good day. This is cool. Let's see if I can keep from stumbling while I do this.
Well, our hike today was a little harder than we thought it would be. We got started at noon, and so from hiking from noon to 7, we finished at 7. It was just a long evening.
Yeah, like Rae said, we didn't start hiking till noon, and as we're doing it, we're kind of like, we should be done by now. It's 4 o'clock. We're usually like 8 to 4, kind of in the window. And so we're going beyond that, and it was like, it just kind of felt like it was just dragging on. Like, how come we're not finished yet, but we finished in a good amount of time. It's just the time of day. But we did enjoy the morning and getting to sleep in and all that.
And we did have some really good views and enjoy some of that as well.
Yeah, and like I showed in the earlier videos, we had Big Bald to ourselves. I mean,
that was amazing.
I don't know if I've ever heard or seen anybody on a video that they just had the whole thing to themselves, but we didn't see anybody. And it was a 13.5-mile day going northbound, and we must just be in that window where there's not many people.
Yep.
So the plan tomorrow is there is no plan.
At minimum, we'll probably go get your trekking pole fixed, but
yeah, I'm gonna miss Stubby, but You know, I think
it actually worked okay for
worked okay. I mean,
what we did.
I mean, for climbing up hills and stuff, I like to kind of get into a rhythm with the poles and things, and I was able to do that. But it's going to be not a good situation long term because there's no, you know,
the tip is
the
missing
tip is
on it.
probably get, can't remember if it's blue diamond or black diamond, very high black diamond, pretty highly rated trekking poles. So we'll probably look for those to start with. We know we need at least 2 working trekking poles to just hold our tent up, and the one that is broken would not be tall enough to even do that. So, you know, trekking poles have 2 purposes, so the tent and to trek. So outside of that, yeah, tomorrow's a 0, and that means we're probably not going to be doing any videoing. You're uploading a video, so there'll be a 1-day lag. So if you're watching this, don't plan on one tomorrow, and then we'll upload one the next day. And if there's any updates about what we did, we'll probably just do that the following morning and, you know, let you know that we're still alive, you know.